Hey everybody, Mr. Rubo here. Today we're going to talk about exponent rules. So we're going to kind of split this up a little bit. We're going to talk about 4 exponent rules in this one, and then there'll be another video that has a few more. So the first one we're going to talk about is when you are multiplying 2 exponents with the same base. So if they have the same base, what ends up happening is that you are going to add your exponents. Okay, and if you ever forget this, like it should hopefully make sense. Like if you have x squared times x to the third, this is really x times x, and you probably can't see that because my head's in the way. There we go. This is x times x. This is x times x times x. They're all being multiplied together. So really, that's x to the 5th. And that's, the shortcut there is just to add them together. Okay? Alright, so then the next rule is what I call power to a power. So you have x to the m to the n. So you'll see parentheses and then another power. This one is multiplication. So when you think about this, saying x squared to the third, well, let's start, well, it doesn't actually matter where we start. We could start with the inside, so it's x times x to the third. Well, to the third means we see this 3 times, so x times x is once, x times x is twice, x times x is the 3rd time, and when you look at that, there's x to the 6th, which is what happens when you multiply them. Alright? Alright, the next rule is when you have division of 2 exponents that have the same base. So if you remember multiplication, which was to the add, it kind of follows that same idea. They're inverse operations, so you're going to do the inverse function of what we were doing. So instead of adding like we did for multiplication, we are going to subtract them. So just to see it, x to the third over x squared, it's really x times x over x and x. And because it's all multiplication, common factors cancel, and you're left with x, and really it's just x to the first. You don't have to write the 1, but I'm writing it just so you can see, oh, 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay? The last rule is one that's, people forget all the time, but it's one that if you don't forget it, there's not any work. It's really nice and easy. It's anything, so x here could be anything, raised to the 0 power equals 1. Okay? Okay, and the way you can prove this if you want is you can actually use this division rule where x to the m over x to the m. Well, if you do division, we know that you're going to do m minus m, which is 0. But we also know that whenever you divide anything by itself, it also equals 1, which means, there we go. Okay. So yeah, these are the 4 exponent rules we're going to talk about in this video. And yeah, kind of showed you how they were. If you don't remember the little shortcuts, you just have to remember what the exponent means and write out. And hopefully then you can figure it out. But if you just remember multiplication, you add the powers, power to a power, you multiply the powers. Division, you subtract the powers, and then anything to the 0 is equal to 1. So here, x to the 0, it could be 2 to the 0, it could be 1,000 to the 0. Doesn't matter, it equals 1. Okay? So thanks for watching, and have a good day.